Dion.
So, Pip, did you finish the series, right?
I saw every episode.
Yeah. So, what about you, Dijon? Have you started?
I saw the previews. I'm waiting to watch it. I've actually waited because I told somebody else about the show, and then we were going to
You are
binge
the
it.
waitiness person to watch some shows that's already
Well,
out.
it's not my fault this time.
What? I don't understand what you always
She's
waiting
doing it
for.
with somebody.
Yeah, I told somebody else about it from last week when I found out about it, and so they want to watch it. They don't
I don't
want to
wait on people in my house to watch stuff.
I'm telling you.
And you be waiting
Oh
on
my
people who don't
God.
live with you. I don't
Oh my
understand that.
God. My heart is so big and cold though, because I might just watch it and say that I didn't.
Ah.
God, because I've been sick. Because it's coming up. Yeah.
I just wait on Jason to watch some stuff. Like especially like stand up. Sometimes I have to wait on him because if I like it and he'll ask like, "Well, should I watch it?"
Right.
And I'm like, we should watch it again. But he don't like to watch stuff if I've already seen it.
Yeah. I want to experience it for the first time.
So I watch stuff too with my family, and just to let you guys know, I consider this a family show.
Raising Dion?
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
It's like Heroes.
Yeah.
They used to be on NBC.
Right. It is. It's very much a family show. So to like Nephew Deuce and some of my other hardcore, like, hero genre people, they're like, oh, it's corny and what. It's not for you. Like, 40-year-old grown man. It's for you with your little kids to watch, or your, small kids, But anyway, so yeah, I watch it with, I like it because there's not a whole lot of things I can watch with Danya. There's, a lot of stuff that I like is inappropriate.
Mm-hmm.
But, if I had to choose between, Fuller House and Dion, and Raising Dion, not that there's anything wrong with Fuller House, because we watch that too. But yeah, I'm choosing Raising Dion all day.
Oh yeah.
So it's a just to give you guys a little bit of an overview. It's about, without giving anything too much away, it's about a woman who's a widower, or excuse me, a widow, not a widower. She's a widow, and so she's now a single mom, and she's raising her child. They're a black family. The husband was Michael B. Jordan. So he's in it in some small flashbacks and things like that, but he's not like a main everyday character on the show. And they find out that the Dion, who is a second grader, like 7 years old, he has abilities, and it goes from there. So I'm on the third. We are on the third episode. We'll probably watch another episode tonight for dinner. With me and the girls, the whole family. It's one of Danya's favorite shows right now.
Oh,
it is a good show. And you're right. It's good. It's great for families as well. I think having a kid lead
clean,
also
clean.
helps for the kids because he's a good kid. They cast it well and they let the character be a kid.
Right.
So that's kind of fun to watch.
Yeah,
it's not groundbreaking as far as like the writing goes, or some of it gets even predictable when you watch the whole.
True.
But it's in that genre. It's well done.
It is. The production is excellent.
Oh my God, the production is spectacular.
Production is top notch. Like I agree with everything Pip just said. The writing is not top notch. It's not horrible, but it's not top notch.
You're not gonna be super surprised.
No, you're not. But like again, it's for families. It's for it's meant for. It's very clean, very wholesome. There's no cursing. There's no inappropriateness. But it's not so wholesome that an adult can't get into it and enjoy it.
It's got a great soundtrack. There's current music in it. There's some HER.
The soundtrack is great, especially for like our generation. They're playing all our cuts and stuff.
Well, it's even stuff like the new stuff. I was like, because I love that HER Daniel Caesar Best Part.
Oh yeah,
that's my jam.
Yeah,
they was playing that. I was like, hey,
the soundtrack is awesome. It is. It really
and Michael B. Jordan is one of the executive producers on it.
He is.
So, is there anything that man can't do?
I don't know.
He's pretty awesome.
Yeah, he plays. Girl. It's a multi-culti show as far as the cast goes, but they still are able to deal with like social issues, but without it being heavy-handed.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it. The preview that I saw was that even though it was a show about him having powers, it also touched on real world climate things that were going on. So I thought that was cool too.
Yeah, true that.
Well, this is a good way to open that conversation.
And it's it's science. It's exciting if you want your kids that are interested in science. A lot of science involved in it.
Yeah, it is. It's a very good show. Highly recommended. So get the kids, sit around and check it out. And you might, even if you don't have kids, you still might enjoy it.
Yeah,
It just
I'm gonna watch it.
depends.
There's a disabled character. There's everything in the show.
Oh yeah, I love her. She's awesome, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's awesome.
Yeah.
Love her. Love her.
Esmeralda.
Esmeralda. Love me some Esmeralda. She's cute as can be.
Like they're going to get an ugly little kid to play this TV show.
I mean, you know, maybe not ugly, but maybe a dented can. You know, they do have the occasional dented can on television. Yeah, it's rare, but you know, but it happens. It happens. Okay. Now I'm about to get into it. Now, this one right here, Pip, is not really up your alley. But
I've seen the trailer for it. I'm kind of actually semi interested in it, and I heard him talk about it on. Well, you go ahead.
It's called Godfather Harlem, and it's starring Forrest Whitaker, who plays the notorious Bumpy Johnson, and it is pretty awesome.
Okay.
This is it's done by Epix, which is I believe owned by Showtime.
I think you're right.
Is that right, Pip?
I think you're right.
Yeah. So I'm not 100 on that, but
EPIX.
it is, yeah, it is. But it's a pay subscription service station that produces this, and it's good. The production is great. The writing is great. They got real life historical characters. Malcolm X makes an appearance.
Oh, wow.
I've only seen. There's only been 2 episodes so far. The third one comes out tonight. Can't wait. And we were pissed off that they made us wait a week for the 3rd episode. That's how good it is. That we're like sprung. Me, my nephew, my boy L. We're in it already and loving it. It is dope. It's dope. It starts off with it's not a typical origin story. It doesn't start from the beginning of Bumpy's life. It starts from when he does a bit in prison, and then comes back to Harlem, and he's already kingpin at this time. So for those of you who don't know, Bumpy Johnson was a notorious kingpin, drug kingpin, that is. And so it's all about that era. And like I said, he has some interactions with Malcolm X, and there's also real life political figures in there, and it's awesome. It's I want to say it's
Justin in the chat said, is it the same guy that was on American Gangster?
No.
American Gangster is was Frank, I think somebody.
Yeah. Frank Mitchell?
No, not Frank Mitchell. That was
the Denzel character. No, it's
right.
not him.
Yeah, it's not him, but they
no, not Frank Ocean.
But they in real life they did know each other. So, but yeah, it's not the same guy. But in any case, there's a lot of, I don't want to say it's 100% factual, but there's a lot of facts in it. I'm so far I actually haven't seen a whole lot of liberties taken that I'm aware of. I'm not, extreme. I'm somewhat familiar with Bumpy's story. I do know that Malcolm X and he were friends and did meet and were acquaintances. Now I'm not sure if what actually happened in the show between the two of them actually happened in real life.
Oh,
so I don't know if that happened, but I do know that they were acquaintances in real life.
Okay.
So
I'm here for the tea.
So yeah, that's one you will want to check out. Another one that I'm really enjoying is Absentia. Absentia is a Amazon Prime show that's getting no buzz, right? It came out in 2017, and the second season just came out like earlier this year. So it's been a long wait for the second season. It's really good. Really good. Again, the production, the writing, all of that, top notch. I'm so impressed the way that, because basically, like I said, without giving it away, I will say this much: the second season is related to the first season.
Okay.
but you don't find out until later on, and the way they weave it all together is just it's impressive. It's impressive. It's very impressive.
You said it came on Hulu or Amazon Prime?
Amazon Prime. It's called Absentia. And it's about a FBI agent, a female FBI agent who goes missing and is presumed dead in absentia. Right? That's the title. That's where they get the title of the show.
Okay.
So it's she was married to another FBI agent. He moves on. They have a young son. He gets a new wife, and it begins with them finding her, like tied up in I think it was, I can't remember exactly where it was because that was the first season, like a cabin or some deserted place, just her. And it's about her coming back after 6 years and the mystery behind her disappearance. And there's some other serial killer stuff involved. It's awesome. It's really good. Now it is slow at times, especially the second season. I don't feel is quite as slow as the first season, but there's not a whole lot of action in this one. It's one of those psychological kind of, you know what I mean? It's just a little bit slow, but the writing and the story is so interesting, at least for me, that it doesn't feel slow. Yeah. You know, so some people might not be able to get into it because, like I said, it is slow, not a lot of action, but I'm one of those kind of people. If the quality of it is really good, I don't care that there's not a lot of action.
You want to watch and figure it out what's going on,
right? And they keep me, you know, the story and everything is so intricate and so good that I'm involved, you know, the whole time, so it doesn't feel slow to me at all. Yeah, you know, but yeah, it's very good.
This is not like
2 seasons in.
I've seen it on when it comes up. I'm like, I don't think this is for me either.
Yeah, no, this is not for you either. It's not for you either.
Somebody from the chat chimed in and they suggested a show. Justin said the Wu-Tang American Story. It's actually about the origins of the Wu-Tang Clan. Have y'all seen that one?
No, but they were just talking about that on Beat
Break Radio?
Beat Break Radio podcast. Beat Break.
The morning show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually watching them live on Friday.
Yeah. Well, we talked about that several times on this show. I told y'all about that. I'm actually watching that show.
Oh, okay.
So, I got mixed feelings about it. It's not bad. It's a little early. I'm still in probably the third episode. And because I wasn't a huge Wu-Tang fan like that, like I don't really, at this point, nobody has their Wu-Tang clan names yet. So I don't know who a lot of people are. Oh. There's like 3 people I know who they are.
Yeah. I know the light-skinned one's Method Man.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, a couple of them are obvious. Method Man's obvious. ODB is obvious. RZA's obvious if you know anything because you know it's RZA's story. He's the one who's responsible for putting everybody together and making all this and whatever. So some of it I kind of don't understand. Like there's actual Wu-Tang people, although this is prior to Wu-Tang, who are trying to kill each other and stuff. And so I don't kind of understand everything that's going on because
some of them had beef before they were in the
but I don't feel like it's really explained fully what the beef is and why. So I'm kind of lost on why that's going on. And
Justin said it's the first season build up, so I guess we got to wait for it.
Yeah,
but don't lose your audience while you're trying to build up.
That's true.
Right. So I'm just saying, like at this stage, I'm a little bit lost, so I can't really say. You know, because I'm only 3 or 4 episodes in.
You know, it's funny you bring that up because in today's age, with all the content that we have and all the choices that we have, you really kind of behooves you to hook people. I want to know in the first episode. Sometimes I'll give you episode 2. If I don't know by episode 2 if I want to be there, I'm probably out.
Right.
And there's a couple of shows I've missed out on. The first time, not good news.
The Good Place.
The Good Place came on. I was not impressed by the pilot. And I was like, and then I watched the second episode. I'm like, it's okay. And then the third episode, I didn't watch and I walked away. And then a friend said like, oh, that's where you missed out. And I went back and watched the episode. I'm like, oh, now I'm in.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been like that with a lot of shows as well. But
Justin mentioned that it had something to do with the Park Hill versus Stapleton gangs. And that it took something about it took place on Staten Island. So that's something about the beef that took place between them and Wu-Tang. But The Good Place, it took me. I always be like, I'm out, and then I'll be like, I'm back in.